In the world of video game publishing, few companies have achieved the level of success and recognition that Activision-Blizzard has. From its humble beginnings to becoming a global powerhouse, Activision-Blizzard has consistently delivered groundbreaking games that captivate millions of players worldwide. Activision-Blizzard traces its roots back to the late 1970s, when Activision was founded as the first independent third-party video game developer. In 1979, they released their first hit video game called Fishing Derby, which was released at the time for the Atari 2600, which kickstarted their journey into success. After the initial success of Fishing Derby, the company went on to create more video games for several different consoles. Consoles such as the Nintendo Entertainment System, the Master System, the Atari 7800, the Atari ST, and the Commodore 64, just to name a few. The next company within the name Blizzard Entertainment was founded in February of 1991 under the name originally Silicon and Synapse. The company was originally established by 3 graduates of the University of California at Los Angeles, or UCLA. Michael Morhaime, Frank Pierce, and Alan Adam were the 3 original creators of the company. Initially, Silicon and Synapse focused on creating game ports for other companies, such as converting titles from console platforms to PC. The company's early projects included developing ports for games like The Lost Vikings and Rock 'n' Roll Racing. Originally, when they were porting games from console to PC, they gained a lot of attention for their technical expertise and the quality of their work, which eventually led to a lot of collaborations with major game publishers of the time. In 1994, Silicon Synapse underwent a significant transformation. They ended up changing their name to Blizzard Entertainment to better reflect their visions and goals as a game development studio. The new name represented the company's aspiration to create games that would make a lasting impact and leave a mark on the industry. Under the Blizzard Entertainment banner now, the company released its first major hit, Warcraft: Orcs and Humans, in 1994. This real-time strategy game received critical acclaim and laid the foundation for the iconic Warcraft franchise, which would go on to become one of Blizzard's most successful and beloved series. With subsequent releases like Diablo in 1996 and StarCraft in 1998, Blizzard Entertainment further solidified its reputation as a developer of high-quality and immersive video games. These titles garnered widespread acclaim and developed passionate fan bases, setting the stage for Blizzard's continued success. Blizzard continued to push boundaries and eventually released World of Warcraft, an MMORPG that reiterated the legendary franchise. In 2004, Blizzard revolutionized the genre and became a cultural phenomenon. With its immersive world, engaging gameplay, and constant updates, World of Warcraft has since amassed a loyal community of millions of players worldwide, and to this day is still being updated. Eventually though, in 2008, the company Activision and Blizzard Entertainment joined forces, creating the powerhouse today known as Activision-Blizzard. This merger brought together 2 industry giants, each with their own immersive catalog of games. The collaboration would prove to be a game changer, setting the stage for even greater achievements for the companies. The success didn't stop there though. Activision Blizzard's commitment to excellence led to the creation of other groundbreaking franchises. In 2007, they launched Call of Duty Modern Warfare, a game that redefined the first-person shooter genre. Since then, the Call of Duty franchise has become an annual blockbuster release, captivating players with its intense multiplayer and gripping single-player campaigns, as well as introducing multiple game modes throughout the game's success, which garnered even more popular attention through the fans. As mentioned before though, Activision Blizzard didn't limit themselves to a single genre. They also expanded to different areas, including action RPGs, because in 2012, Blizzard released Diablo 3, the highly anticipated sequel to the Diablo series. Upon the initial game's release, the game was received with critical acclaim worldwide for its addictive gameplay, dark atmosphere, and a very engaging storyline, as well as having a very innovative gameplay style. Activision Blizzard's dedication to innovation didn't stop there though. It also led them to numerous achievements. In 2016, they introduced a new game, Overwatch, a team-based first-person shooter that took the gaming world by storm. With its diverse cast of characters, vibrant art style, and emphasis on teamwork, Overwatch quickly gained a massive following and went on to win numerous awards, including Game of the Year. It also garnered the attention of multiple esports enthusiasts, building a competitive brand and being a leader in the esports community, once starting the Overwatch League. Today, Activision Blizzard continues to shape the gaming industry. Their games have become cultural touchstones, spawning competitive esports scenes and fostering passionate communities with each new release. They push the boundaries continuously of what is possible in gaming, creating unforgettable experiences for players around the globe. From their early days of independent development to their current position as a global powerhouse, Activision Blizzard's achievements are a testament to their unwavering commitment to delivering unforgettable gaming experiences. As the industry evolves though, Activision Blizzard remains at the forefront, driving innovation and inspiring millions of players worldwide. Originally, this was the well-beloved Activision-Blizzard within the community and a humble publisher. But since then, there have been many changes within the company that have changed it for the worse. A closer look reveals a troubling pattern of failures that have deeply impacted its community. This video essay aims to shed light on Activision Blizzard's shortcomings, exploring its issues such as workplace misconduct, profit-centric strategies, failed expansions, and a disregard for player experience. With these various issues happening within Activision Blizzard, it is important to note that everything stated within this video is coming from direct scholar reports and overall community feedback for the popular publisher. I also want to note a disclaimer, since some of the topics here that we will be discussing can be very sensitive to certain audiences, as there will be a discussion of numerous allegations presented by workers at Activision Blizzard. Activision Blizzard's first major failure lies within its own walls. The company has been plagued by numerous reports of workplace misconduct and sexual assault allegations. Investigations have revealed a toxic work environment where employees, particularly women, faced harassment and discrimination. The resulting public outrage led to the departure of key executives and legal actions held against the company. According to Liu Beiyao, a lead writer regarding the investigation, these allegations states, after a 2-year investigation on July 20th of 2021, Activision Blizzard, a global video game company, was sued for gender discrimination and sexual misconduct. This crisis case will draw from Cheng's 2018 contingent OPR or COPR, which is based on the relationship management theory and contingency theory of conflict management, to analyze Activision Blizzard's organizational crisis. Simply, Beiyao was able to describe the findings that the Department of Fair Employment and Housing had found during their 2021 investigation of the company. To summarize, the department had found that the company had a quote-unquote frat boy mentality when it came to office work life, often discriminating against female workers. According to Beyao's document, which was quoted directly from the lawsuit, found a frightening detail. And I quote, "According to the lawsuit, Activision Blizzard CEO Bobby Kotick had actively fostered a negative culture that led to frequent sexual harassment, unequal pay, and retaliation against female employees," quoted from the OWL document in 2021. This shocking information goes to show how unreliable Activision Blizzard is as a company, and as well highlights a very important factor and issue regarding the company. Since these allegations, numerous employees were accused, and as well, many left. One of the core creators of the hit popular video game Overwatch, promptly named Jesse McCree, was one such developer accused of such crimes. Since then, he has left the company, but as well his name was branded onto one of the characters in the video game, who was also promptly named Jesse McCree. Since then, and since these allegations, Blizzard has done crowd control and has managed to change the character's name and storyline, but even then, with the shocking allegations and news, it has cemented the company as well as one of the video game's icons. Originally, when news came out about one of the lead developers who was named after the character was involved with one of these allegations, the community was quick to call for action in changing the character's name. And quickly, Blizzard came up with a canonical story in order to change the character's name from McCree to Cassidy, which followed up on October 26th of 2021. Nextly, Activision Blizzard's profit-driven approach has further strained its relationship with the community. The company heavily relies on what's called microtransactions, which often exploits players' desires for in-game items and advantages. By prioritizing revenue generation over player satisfaction, Activision Blizzard has fostered a climate of frustration and dissatisfaction. Following the release of their new hit game Overwatch 2, the sequel to Overwatch, it sought the change of its previous monetization system, moving from what it was previously a gambling loot box system to earn skins, to now a battle pass system, meaning the more you play the video game, the more progression you earn to earn such events such as skins, characters, and other tokens, as well as other Blizzard products, such as their popular action role-playing game Diablo, turning the once beloved and popular franchise into a new direction, with the series going onto mobile platforms and having microtransactions.
I was curious. I see a lot of mechanics that we've kind of been begging for in Diablo 3 in this. Is there any plans to make this playable on PC, or is this strictly mobile forever?
Are there any? The current plan is to be on mobile, both Android and iOS. We don't have any plans at the moment to do PC. Do you guys not have phones?
The company as a whole has switched over to a live monitoring system where they incrementally update these certain games with content to keep players from leaving and having them spend more money and time playing their games. As a whole, communities are not happy about this change since it heavily is very anti-consumer. If we were to take a look at one of Activision-Blizzard's games, Call of Duty, the community since the release of the new popular game Modern Warfare 2, the community sentiment of the now remastered Modern Warfare 2 has been a mixed bag so far. Taking from the website Video Gamer, from Vergara's report, they state that the MW2 community, or Modern Warfare 2, has become increasingly frustrated with the game's strict skill-based matchmaking, as it's apparently causing the death of quote-unquote casual Call of Duty. And as well, another issue to mention is Modern Warfare 2's egregious shop. How the shop system works in Modern Warfare 2 basically is, in the shop you're able to view a selection of items pertaining to certain characters and skins for your weapons. The issue is with the monetization system of that game is that sometimes they could price the bundles at insanely and ludicrously high prices, with one bundle costing about 3,000 Call of Duty points, which is the in-game currency of Modern Warfare 2, which is about the equivalent of about $30. Now $30 might not sound a lot to you, but the issue with this $30 bundle was that it included some pay-to-win systems in one of their game modes, the DMZ. So this goes to show that the company Activision-Blizzard doesn't really care about balancing their game, they mostly care about what brings them the most money. As well as every day and every new season, they introduce new skins and new bundles for players to spend more money on. So as it goes to show, the issue is across multiple Activision-Blizzard titles, and the issue results in corporate management wanting more money. While yes, it does make sense since they are a company and have to pay their employees, the issue is though that the battle pass and change of content are not what the community members were promised. And as well, they are very predatory on those susceptible to these tactics. And it's proven that these tactics work. Just recently, the first quarter for 2023 of profit margins for Activision Blizzard has just came out. And according to some of these margins, in the first quarter of 2023, just $1.6 billion was earned based off in-game purchases, subscriptions, and other revenues that they might have in their games. And not only that, in 2022, it was a $1.3 billion net margin. So in just a span of a few months, they gained over $300 million just based off subscription services and other in-game purchases. And just to compare how much they made just off of regular game sales, in 2023 in the first quarter, they made over $695 million, which is only about half of what they made based off of battle passes and in-game item shops. It's very important to mention as well that a lot of Activision Blizzard's games this year were free to play, such as Overwatch 2, which released back in October of 2022. It was released for free-to-play members. As well for Call of Duty, its Battle Royale game mode, Warzone 2.0, also came out for free-to-play. Since Activision Blizzard as a whole has been lying to the community, often a lot of the cracks have been starting to show. Ever since main figureheads and lead developers have been leaving due to vision changes within the company. One notable figure was the lead developer of Overwatch 1 and Overwatch 2, Jeff Kaplan. Back in 2021, the lead developer left in the middle of production of Overwatch 2. Often not, the reason why he left is often speculated as no one really knows for sure. But this was just one of many lead project developers who left during Blizzard's transition to a more live system. So regarding this brings me to my next point. It's important to note Activision Blizzard's failures also extend to its expansions and also developmental strategies. Despite the success of video games like Overwatch, the cancellation of Overwatch 2 highly anticipated hero mode has left the community feeling betrayed. Instead of delivering on promised feature, the company has shifted to the focus of the live game, leaving players disheartened and skeptical of the future of expansions. This content, often labeled as quote-unquote PvE by many members, was introduced to the community back in 2019 during the company's big event labeled BlizzCon. During this announcement, we were promised many features such as a new campaign, story missions, and hero modes. Unfortunately, due to a change of vision, according to lead developer Aaron Keller for Overwatch 2, they have to shift focus to the multiplayer aspect of the video game and have to abandon what was originally planned for the campaign, simply by moving the content that they had created over to the Battle Pass system in order to make some money off of that content that they created.
And we know that this is going to be disappointing to many of you, which is why we wanted to bring it up before we talked about the roadmap.
I'm in shambles,
to be
bro.
Perfectly honest, it's been really difficult for...
The Overwatch universe is this bright, inspirational future. I can't relate.
As well for Activision Blizzard's other flagship title, Call of Duty, their disregard for player experience is evident in its flagship franchise. The strict skill-based matchmaking system implemented in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 has frustrated the community because it erodes the casual gameplay experience that players often enjoyed. This decision to prioritize competitive fairness has alienated a significant portion of the player base, leading to mounting of criticism and a decline in player satisfaction overall. This goes to show that over time Blizzard's values have shifted. Once being a company promising for consumers and being pro-consumer has now switched over to being corporate and just trying to make money solely for the basis of that, often making moves that are very unconsumer-like and making the community very upset overall. To conclude, Activision Blizzard's failures as a company has deeply impacted its community. From workplace misconduct and sexual assault allegations to profit-centric strategies and failed expansions, the company has lost sight of its commitment to its players. As gamers, we must hold companies accountable for their actions and demand better treatment, transparency, and respect. Only then can the industry strive to create an environment that fosters creativity, inclusivity, and a true sense of a community. Throughout this video, I hope you can intake the information provided and understand that this has been happening in the company before the pandemic has started. This has been a systemic issue throughout the company, and while some publicized actions have been taken, there is still a heavy, deep-rooted issue within Activision Blizzard that we as a community need to take a stand against and let the company know that we will not tolerate such actions.